General Torre, booking sa iligal na pag-aresto kay Tatay Digong. Panoorin kung paano siya nagsinungaling sa Senado. Bago ang lahat, please like and subscribe para sa iba pang update sa ating bansa.
They only disembarked when the electronic copy was produced and given to them. So, kaya sila lumabas. And when they step out of the plane, at the junction of the moving part of the tube, PG Fadulyon met them and attempted to read the rights to President Duterte. And all of them said, pwede ba mamaya na yan at pa-diffuse muna natin ang tension. Doon na lang sa 250th Airlift Wing. So, we acceded to that request. We arrived at the 250th Airlift Wing. They were given refreshments. They were allowed to refresh. They were allowed to, para generally pababain lang ang tension ng lahat. And then we, after an hour or two, we returned, and that was the video that you saw when I was reading the rights in the cell phone, which basically it's memorized already. So just a formality, and then they asked at that juncture, they asked for the written, they want a printed copy. So I went out of the room, stepped out of the room, printed it, and gave it to them.
Okay, yung printed copy, may allegation na redacted copy daw to. Hindi daw kumpleto, hindi daw buo. Parang simplified lang or pinaiklian. Tama ba? O buong-buo?
Buong-buo yun, ma'am. It was
Ilang pahina?
15 pages.
Yung 15 pages na kumakalat ngayon,
Yes,
yun na yun?
Yes,
So yun
ma'am.
din ang naibigay doon sa Villamor?
Yes, ma'am. That was properly received by Attorney Delgra in assigned
So Attorney
receiving copy.
Delgra.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero nakita ko sa ating video na iba ang pangyayari tungkol sa abogado. Pwede bang panoorin natin?
Kayo, kanina pa eh. Hindi naman lahat, ilan ang hinuli ngayong araw na to, sir? Sa iba-ibang mga krimen. Ilan ang binigyan ng ganitong...
Kasi nandito kayo lahat eh. Nag-iisang tao.
Ilan ang binigyan ng
Nag-iisang
ganitong...
tao, dami krimen sa labas.
Nandito kayo namin.
Sir, hindi kami
Sir, ma'am,
humingi ng
please,
pabor.
ma'am.
Just invoke Article 59. Bakit hindi yan magawa-gawa?
Sir, you will be
That's precisely the point that I'm saying.
Ano yung laban yan? Kung kayo mag-ano, kayo, please lang, bawal hawakan.
Attorney, you will be removed.
Bawal hawakan! Bawal hawakan. Tumayo ko na lang. Bawal
The right to
hawakan.
counsel is something that has to be observed
Right to counsel.
and
Huwag
respected.
kayong umawak. Kaya nakipakita sa kanila. Huwag yan. Ano
Kasi
yung
nga,
lawyer?
nag-uusap
Ano yung lawyer?
Bawal.
Huwag na tayo
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Huwag mo hawakan yung lawyer. Huwag mo hawakan.
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Hawakan. Huwag mo hawakan. Huwag mo.
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Attorney, please,
Huwag mo hawakan.
Is this what you want? Is this what you want, Mr. President?
Huwag mo hawakan. Time lang eh. Time lang.
Kayo mga
Huwag mo hawakan yung nanay ko! Tangina mo!
Kayo mga sundalo, tanungin ko kayo, anong kasalanan ko?
Okay, dito sa video nakikita na si General Torre hinihila yung abogado. Standard procedure po ba ito ng
Madam Chair?
PNP? Bakit mo kinakaladkad yung abogado? Hindi ba karapatan ng isang akusado, arestado na magkaroon ng abogado? Bakit ayaw ninyong palapitin yung abogado?
Gabi na ho yun, ma'am. That's already the time that I'm forcing everyone to board the plane. I'm already forcing the former president to board the plane, ma'am. Tapos na yung napakarami ng optics sa kanilang ginawa dyan, ma'am. And
Interesting use po of force. You were forcing them.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
admit you forced them. You
I
use
have
violence.
to. I have to because they won't go with us voluntarily, ma'am. So I have tried all the lahat ng pakiusap ay
Naku,
ginawa na
General
namin
naman,
buong
sa
araw.
dinami-dami ng pulis, ang tanda-tanda na, may sakit pa. Sa palagay mo, masisindak pa yun, o kaya bang lumaban nun?
In fairness to the president, ma'am, after I handcuffed E.S. Mijaldea and told Attorney Delgado that he's the next one to be handcuffed and boarded on the bus, the former president actually acceded and said, "Sige na, alis na tayo." And you saw that on video.
Well,
It was
nakita namin,
Romy.
di ba, hinihila mo yung upuan. Hindi ba dapat, talagang General Torre, kailangan makinig ka doon sa sinasabi ng abogado? Di ba karapatan nun?
I have already arrested, I even arrested E.S. Mijaldea, ma'am, for obstruction of justice and placed handcuffs on him. That was already the last parts because masyado ng gabi, aabutin na kami ng umaga doon, ma'am. It's
Ilang
already
oras na?
unreasonable.
2 oras pa lang. Ikalalanding lang ng Hong Kong ng alas 10. Alas
12 hours.
12 pa lang to.
12 hours, ma'am.
Kaya nga, anong oras to? Kasi
Mga 7
sabi mo
o'clock na-
kanina, 10 o'clock
Mga 8 o'clock yan,
dumating.
ma'am. Yung kay Delgra.
O, anong oras na
Mga
yun?
8 o'clock yan, ma'am.
Sa umaga na yan? Gabi.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock ng gabi na yan, ma'am.
8
Si
a.m.
Delgra.
Ay, 8 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Gaano katagal na yon?
10 hours, ma'am? 9 hours?
Naka 9 to 10 hours na. So, sa palagay mo, si former president had sufficient chance to challenge na the validity of the arrest. So, sinasabi ninyo na 9 to 10 hours na yan. Kasi nakuha niya yung warrant nung alas 12 mahigit, hating gabi lampas, ano? Tapos,
Tanghali, ma'am. Tanghali, ma'am. Niya nakuha ang, ang
okay,
warrant.
tapos, tumagal pa sila ng ilang oras?
11 hours.
Ng 11 hours, sinasabi po ninyo?
Yes, ma'am. They attended to serve the warrant at when they disembarked. They asked that it be deferred until they reached 250. Upon reaching 250, they asked for some refreshments and they cooled down. Upon being more calm and after conferring with their lawyers, the warrant of arrest was served in toto, in full, and their rights were read.
So sa tingin ninyo, itong 9 to 10 hours sapat na para sa isang pangkaraniwang tao na makakuha ng sariling abogado, tapos i-check yung kanyang warrant, pagkatapos mag-draft, mag-file ng maayos na petisyon ng habeas corpus. Ganun ba yun?
Ma'am, you must, I think the records show that there were 3 lawyers with him in conference with him during the entire time. Attorney Delgra.
Paano
Attorney
makakapag-file yun? Gabing-gabi na, hindi naman court hours.
They had filed a case of a TRO with the Supreme Court. They tried their legal remedy. It was duly recorded and there was no TRO given by the court, ma'am. So, ma'am, just to be clear, they had their chance to seek legal remedy as shown by the actions of their lawyers by approaching the Supreme Court. So there was no due process denied, ma'am.
Siguro sasabihin ko at tatanungin ko kay Attorney Medina, ang ating constitutionalist po rito, masasabi ba natin na nabigyan si PRRD ng sapat na pagkakataon para alamin itong validity ng kanyang, yung katotohanan ng kanyang pag-aaresto? Ilang oras ba yung sinasabi natin na sufficient time, yung sapat na panahon?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to clarify, I will just be consistent with the opinion that I posted. That there was no reasonable opportunity. That is not to denigrate or cast aspersion on the character or competence of our officials. And also, I have very limited facts when I wrote the opinion. But just to, as a comparison, if you filed an extrajudicial proceeding, if you will file a petition, the court will order the arrest. The subject of the arrest will have the opportunity to answer. And then the court will have the opportunity, also present evidence. The court will have the opportunity to weigh the evidence, and then issue the ruling. For example, in the case of Mark Jimenez, he had more or less over a year to dispute his extradition. So, if that would be the standard, that might be considered reasonable opportunity to be heard.
So yung sinasabi nila na naka-10 oras na nag-iintay, talagang panay pa rin ang tutol, hindi sapat na panahon yun. Kasi magpipila ka pa ng kaso, magdadraft ka pa ng petition, dadalhin mo pa. Hindi po ba? So hindi pa rin sapat kahit sabihin natin matagal sila nandun sa airport?
I will just be consistent with what I wrote, Your Honor. My initial view was yes, 6 hours, office hours, or less, 5 hours, to seek relief from the courts may not be characterized as reasonable opportunity to be heard. Of course, that is disputable. That's just my personal opinion with limited facts. I'm sure the officers concerned have good reasons, and that can easily be disputed in court. Thank you.
Yes, para sa amin medyo mabigat nga yung 4-5 oras na bukas ang korte, no? Kasi hindi naman pwede yung hating gabi at hindi naman bukas pa. Talagang alam natin itong mga extradition at kung ano-ano pa, talagang taon-taon yan tumatagal. Hindi oras-oras kahit naiinip na tayo. Kahit sinasabi ni General Torre, nakakapikon na yung optics nila. Kung ano-ano nang ginagawa, kinakailangan pa rin binibigyan natin ng pagkakataon. So, sa palagay mo, ilang oras ba dapat? Kasi hindi naman bukas ang korte nun, hindi naman office hours eh.
From Cardinal Santos. We offered also the services of the PNP doctors, and we also offered the services of the post-hospital doctors there on the Philippine Air Force.
Hindi, pero ang mahalaga, yung doktor na talagang doktor niya.
Yes, ma'am. They came from the Cardinal Santos is their doctors. What they are actually asking, they even asked for ECG, and the ECG came. That was very, very different from the ordinary Filipinos. And they're asking for, I think, executive checkup. That's one thing that we did not accede to.
Ang sinasabi
Madam Chair,
ninyo,
if I may.
Po? Yes, Senator Jinggoy. So, walang katotohanan doon sa sinasabi na hindi ninyo pinagbigyan yung sarili niyang doktor?
No, ma'am. Not true, ma'am.
Okay.
They requested a doctor. The doctors arrived. He was given an ECG. Subsequently, they asked Ms. Hanilet, the common law partner of the former president, for a list of his prescribed medicines. She declined. We asked a rundown of his pre-existing medical conditions. She declined. We asked what allergies he had. She declined. We asked that she board the flight with him going to The Hague. She declined. So all those rights accorded to him were given, and the doctor was given, and we tried to extract as much information as possible, but they all declined.
Okay, Senator Jinggoy, I believe that Secretary John Vic said that these are untrue, that this was all fake news, that in fact his rights were honored, and in fact they provided an ECG which is above and beyond the usual practice. Yes, Senator Estrada, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let it be known that I am not protecting or I am not defending anyone, much less the former president of the Republic of the Philippines, President Duterte, since I am an ally of this administration led by President Bongbong Marcos, and at the same time a friend of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Now, since you've been asking questions addressed to Gerald Torre, may I ask Gerald Torre, how did you think did you handle the arrest of former President Duterte properly?
Yes, sir. I do, sir. It's proper.
It was proper. But when I saw the video, it was really, for me as a citizen of this country, it was really unbelievable. It was a very, very big disappointment. Because I can relate, General. Because when we were arrested, way back 2001, together with my father, the same thing happened. All right, we were in the wee hours of the morning. We were the policemen barged in our hospital room at the Veterans Memorial Hospital. They were arresting us. They wanted us to be transferred to another detention cell because after the May 1 siege, at ano sabi ng mga police? Kalad ka rin na yan mga yan pag ayaw sumama. At the same time, when I saw the video, parang nag-flashback sa akin yung ginawa ng mga kapulisan ng araw sa amin. At ang sabi mo, hihilahin ko yan, hihilahin ko yan. Is that what you said, Gerald Torre?
Sir, it's already all optics and tactics already because
No,
it's already.
I am asking you. Did you say that? Hihilahin ko, hihilahin
Yes,
ko yan.
sir. And I actually made good of it,
What
sir.
No. What prompted you to say that?
Sir, I made good of it, sir. Sabi ko, sir, hihilain ko yan. And I went back to AS
bakit
Medialdea, handcuff him.
Bakit mo nga sinasabi? You know, your statements based on the video may reflect the PNP as an institution. Baka sabihin lahat ng ating mga kababayan, ganyan pala yung mga pulis. Masyadong wala man lang respeto sa matanda, sa isang dating pangulo. Ganon din ang ginawa sa amin eh. Can you justify why you said that hihilahin ko yan? Nakita ko si dating Pangulong Duterte, di naman lumalaban. What prompted you to say that?
Mr. Senator, respectfully, the threat of hihilahin ko na yan was not towards the president, the former president. It was ensued after a heated argument between his counsel and General Torre. In no way was the former president threatened with bodily harm.
Yes,
Who was addressing the sinong sinasabihan ni Gerald Torre? Was it the lawyer or was it the former President Duterte?
Lawyer, sir, Attorney Medialdea. And actually, sir, after that, I actually went back to him placed handcuff on him after reading him his rights and arrested him for obstruction of justice. And after
All
that,
right.
sir, I brought him to the bus and came back again and told Attorney Delgra he's next. And again, sir, I will reiterate all credits goes to the former president because after he saw that I'm already very, very serious in bringing him to the plane, he said, okay, let's go. And I told Romy, the PSG, to just escort him and he went voluntarily to the bus that brought him to the plane.
Sisingit
Alright,
lang ako Senator Jinggoy. Kasi binabasa ko rito yung standard operating ng PNP. Ang liwaliwanag naman eh, no torture, no force, no violence, threat, intimidation, or other means to vitiate the free will to be used against the arrested person. Eh di the more so, yung mga kasamahan ng arestado. Eh sabi mo nga, ikaw na nag-admit forcefully. Eh talagang you used force. Eh bawal po yun.
Ma'am, it is, I placed E.S. Mijaldea under arrest for obstruction of justice.
Eh, sabi
And-
nga ni Senator Jinggoy, eh, hihilain mo pa.
Yes, ma'am. I did because I have to get into their heads to make them to make it very, very clear to them that we are already very, very serious
O
of
tama
loading
nga.
the president to
Oo
the
naman,
plane.
General, pinapaliwanag mo, pero bawal ang paggagamit ng dahas, ng pananakot,
Ma'am,
ng
just to be clear.
intimidation, or any other means. Ang
Ma'am,
liwanag eh, nasa kapulisan yan
Ma'am,
eh.
just to be clear, operationally, there was obstruction of justice. It was the decision call of General Torre to place him under arrest for obstruction of justice. Now let us separate what happened to the president.
You are talking about Attorney Medialdea.
Yes, ma'am.
Eh, paano yung iba?
No one else was armed, ma'am.
Yung attorney.
No, wait.
Yung abogado.
If I may, Senator Amy.
Yes.
Madam Chair.
Ayan.
Sino yung kinaladkad nung isang pulis?
Yung security na nakaitim.
I think it was General Torre na hinila yung isang abogado.
Dalawa yun eh, yung abogado, hinila yung upuan, di ba? Tapos yung nakaitim na si Q, eh kinaladkad din.
Si Attorney Delgra, sir, because he is next to be arrested. And because of that, the former President PRRD saw that I'm already that serious. And he said, he prevented the situation from further deteriorating and escalating. So he said, let's go.
Isn't he entitled to a counsel of his choice, General?
Yes, sir. For 12 hours, he was there.
Oh. Can't he speak to his client? Bigla niyo na lang...
They are there for 12 hours, sir, speaking to each other.
Ano?
They are there for 12 hours speaking to each
Alright.
other, sir.
One more thing that I noticed in the video, no? Ang sabi ni PRRD, papasukin niyo yung anak ko. Abogada siya. At ang sinabi mo, hindi ko siya papapasukin. Why not, Gerald Torre?
That is a decision. That is my call, sir. That is my decision. Considering that
Okay.
he had already been assisted by 3 lawyers all throughout
Okay.
that time, sir. And gabi na ho yun, sir. The request was
Ano?
made at around mga 9 o'clock na, sir. 11 hours
Gerald
after
Torre, ganito,
the
ha?
first arrest.
Tanggalin mo na yung titulo ni Inday Sara. Kalimutan mo na siya na Vice President siya. Pagpalagay natin hindi siya Vice President. She is an immediate member of the family. Nung kami po ay nakakulong, ang immediate members of the family, 24 hours pwede bumisita sa amin, nakakulong kami. Eh ito hindi pa nakakulong. Anak ito. Bakit hindi niyo pinapasok?
Eh, maliban doon, is this not a violation of RA 7438 that requires that you guarantee access to an attorney in addition to the immediate family? The president also said na yung anak niya, yung babae, abogado ko yun, papasukin nyo. Hindi nyo pinapasok. Eh, abogado yun eh.
Actually, sir,
Exactly.
first to answer the question of Senator Estrada, sir, I have told the president that they can visit him at his detention facility because at this time the order of the day is to load him into a plane. So that's what we endeavored to do, and that's what happened, sir.
Ano niya bibisitahin yung tatay niya? Sa Netherlands. Hindi naman dito tinray eh. Hindi naman dito kinasuhan eh. Sa ibang bansa eh. Oh, bakit hindi niyo man lang binigyan ng kortesiya yung anak na isang abogada na magkukonsulta? Katulad nga na sinabi ko kanina, yung mga nakakulong nga, 24 hours pwede bumisita ang immediate members of the family. Bakit ito hindi pa nakakulong, hindi niyo pinapasok yung anak?
Our mission at that time, sir, is to deliver him to the
My God.
body
Kahit
who issued the
ano
warrant,
mangyari,
sir.
Nasa batas yan. Nasa batas yan, General. immediate members of the family, lawyers, priests, etc., etc. I should know. Nanggaling ako dyan. Tapos ito, hindi naman nakakulong. Again, I am not defending President Duterte. I'm just explaining the rights of an accused. Because naging akusado rin ako. And I don't want that to happen to anybody else. Dapat naman nagbigay kayo ng konting kortesiya o respeto man lang sa mga dating presidente dahil naranasan namin yan. Nung kinulong po yung tatay ko, ganun din. Kawalang respeto ang mga pulis sa amin. Porket nawala na ba kami sa kapangyarihan, ganun na lang. Eh matanong ko naman sa General, wag naman po sana mangyari, God forbid. Sa pag sinapit ng ni President, sumapit ng ganitong sitwasyon si Presidente Marcos, gagawin mo rin ba yun sa kanya? I hope not.
Ang liwanag po ng batas, kuma-follow up ko lang si Senator Jinggoy, tama po siya. Hindi lang yung immediate family, medical doctor, pare or religious minister, any national non-government organization, ang CHR, international non-government accredited by the Office of the President. Lahat yan may access, pero pinagbawalan ninyo. On 2 counts, immediate family na, abogado pa niya. Bakit ganun?
Ma'am, I think that's sub judice. I think we should be wary of many of the things we were mentioning
Bakit
here.
po naging sub judice yun?
Ito kasi, habeas corpus po ang petition. So everything about the arrest will be asked by the Supreme Court.
Kanina pa natin
kung pwede
pinag-uusapan yung aresto.
Pero I think that we're just passing, parang lumalampas na po tayo sa boundary.
Senator Jinggoy po?
Ang sinasabi ko lang, the manner on how the former president was arrested, because ayoko naman mangyari sa darating na panahon na magkakaroon naman tayo ng ganyan. Sana makapagbigay lang ng korting kortesiya man lang, nakausapin yung mga abogado, pero nakausapin yung mga members ng immediate family niya, sana naman binigyan niya ng pagkakataon. Kaso mo, nung nakiusap si dating Pangulong Duterte na papasukin yung kanyang anak na abogada, tanggalin mo na hindi siya, na vice-presidente siya. Abogada at anak niya, member ng immediate family, sana naman lang binigyan niya ng pagkakataon. Makita niya yung tatay niya bago niyo siya isinakay sa plano. Yun lang naman yung sa akin. Masakit. Ako, isang anak na meron din akong tatay na ginanon ninyo. Masakit para sa akin.
Pakipaliwanag din. Maraming salamat, Senator Jinggoy. Marami tayong pinagdaanan, kapatid. Kaya't eto nga, talagang dinudibdib natin
Madam Chair,
ito. Yes, Secretary John Vic lang po.
kay VP, kay Senator at sa iyo, hugot ng mga anak ng presidente yan.
Sumpa. Secretary John Vic, itatanong ko lang, why was there obstruction of justice? Paliwanag lang. Anong ginawa nila na obstruction of justice?
I think General Torre would be the best one to explain that, ma'am.
General?
Sir.
Sabi niyo nag-obstruction of justice, kaya aarestuhin na rin ninyo si Attorney Medialdea. Ano po yung ginawa ni Attorney Medialdea na obstruction of justice?
We are about to load an arrested person into a plane to transport him to the tribunal who issued the warrant. And Attorney Medialdea is preventing us from doing that. He shouted at us and intimidated us, including the President intimidating me.
Alam ko malaking tao si Attorney Medialdea, pero hinarang ba kayo? Tinulak ba kayo? Wala namang ginawa eh. Hindi naman
He did,
nadadaan
ma'am.
sa salita yung obstruction eh.
He did, ma'am. So I do believe that under that circumstances, I have to arrest him reasonable force. And I do believe that I used the reasonable force to ensure compliance for him to step aside for us to load the former president to the plane.
So yun lang yung obstruction dahil nagsisigawan yung mag-asawa.
He is preventing us from doing our job of loading the former president to the plane.
Hinarang ba kayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Anong ginawa? Hindi
Nakikita
namin
naman sa
makita
video
eh.
eh.
Ang
Nakikita naman
nakita
sa
ko
video.
lang, pinipilit niyo iposas, hindi magkasya yung posas.
Yes, that's one thing, ma'am. His blackmail way, he is preventing us. He actually placed another chair at the side of the president for the former president to sit, which is already very much delaying everything because the plane is already ready to fly.
Ba't kayo masyadong nagmamadali?
unang-una ma'am, ang reglementary period, mamalasin naman kami pag hindi namin ginawa ang trabaho
Bakit?
namin.
Anong reglementary period? Anong period yun?
The Article
Dahil
125
sinabi na nga ni Executive Director sa ating PCTC na diffusion lang naman yun eh. Wala nga commitment pinag-uusapan dun eh. Wala nga red notice, pambira eh.
There is a warrant.
Takal na ni Arnie Tebes eh. Wala pa rin, di ba?
This
Ba't
is
kayo
the-
nagmamadali? Ano yung reglementary period mo?
May I refer it to the SOJ, ma'am, if the SOJ wants to answer that.
Hindi ba pwede kayo na muna? Mauna lang kayo, tapos sa SOJ. Pwede?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
My main processes during the time is that I have implemented a warrant, and it is therefore the person is already arrested by virtue of a legal warrant, and Article 125 comes into play of the revised penal code, which is entitled Delivery of Persons Legally Arrested to the Proper Judicial Authority, and I do believe at this point the judicial authority will be the ICC. Therefore, I have to abide with that Article 125 of the
So
revised penal
inaamin
code.
mo warrantless arresto. Kasi yung Article 125 ng RPC does not apply kung may warrant. So inaamin mo walang warrant.
At the many stages, ma'am, all the many other,
Hindi,
among
make
other
up your
laws.
mind, General Torre. Warrantless arrest ba to o may warrant? Kasi ang liwanag naman ng Article 125 eh, ng revised penal
I do
code.
believe that I have a warrant at this time. I just don't want to be...
Hindi walang reglementary period. Mamili ka. Kapag warrantless arrest, edi may period. Kapag may warrant, walang period.
Just the same, ma'am, I have to deliver
Hindi
him to the
pareho
judicial
yun,
proper
kapatid.
authority.
Hindi magkapareho yun. The reglementary period only comes into play when there's a warrantless arrest in accordance with Article 125 of the Revised Penal Code. Di po ba? At saka may kinalaman yun sa delivery of the accused and arrested. Di po ba?
And I'm being cautioned by the DOJ, ma'am, that it may be sub judice already to discuss that because of the habeas corpus pending in the Supreme Court, ma'am.
At yun na nga mga kababayan, ano na ang masasabi mo? Kung mayroon kayong hinaing at komento patungkol sa balitang ito, please comment down below. Pag-uusapan natin yan sa comment section. At kung nagustuhan nyo ang video, ay huwag kalimutang mag-like at i-share na din para mas marami pang makaalam at umabot ito sa marami sa ating mga kababayan. Maraming salamat po!